I gotta measure this because it is a lot more. Welcome to Superior Drift Garage. Our season for the drag racing and drifting, everything is pretty much over. We're in deep November right now, and the temperatures are getting kind of cold. But we gotta stay active. So what's the best way to stay active? Work on that, but that's pretty much done the way it is. Maybe we should work on the Dodge. Well, the Dodge is pretty much done the way it is for the time being. Not for long, but for the time being. So in the previous episodes or previous videos you guys have seen, I had a drift track. Drift track was powered by a 301cc Predator engine from Harbor Freight, and that thing was crazy fast. I was able to get 48 miles an hour. I think it one run I had 52. I cannot find that footage, but I do have footage of the 48 miles an hour, which is plenty for something that actually had no real brakes. The only brake that we had was the one in the front of the tire, which was pretty bad. And the best way to stop it was to actually throw it into drift, side to side, and eventually it would stop. Not the greatest thing. And so we moved away from the project. It's been sitting on the back burner for a while, and it just took space. I pretty much never rode it. The situation at the shop has changed dramatically. Everything has pretty much changed for me not being able to enjoy the drift track the way I want, or the way I should. Never did the videos I was expecting to do, and never was able to chase the drift track with the go-kart that I have over here either. So what now? Well, the drift track no longer exists. I had to scrap it, so the front end went into the trash because it was pretty much trash anyway. The tire was actually bald. And the rear chassis is going to be reused for another crazy project. And I would say this is more of a crazy project on a bigger scale. At least it seems like it's going to be on a way bigger scale. And now let me tell you and show you why I think it's going to be on a bigger scale. This beautiful box contains this green crazy unit. This is the standalone, well, basically like a standalone controller for electric cars, go-karts, anything that you would like to make fast and crazy. So this is a Fardriver ND 72530, one of the top of the line, not the top of the line, but pretty much within the range where we can actually afford it. Comes with a Bluetooth module and a bunch of wiring and everything to make this like a standalone in a car, something like you would find on my BMW that's by ECU Master. I don't know if you guys seen the last video of the drag race. The red Porsche, Christian's Porsche, had this unit installed on there, and his launches are absolutely crazy. And we were talking about my 1020 motor, which means that my 1020 motor can spin tires coming off the line with rubber on them. That means we're getting a lot of power and a lot of the get up and go. There's no soft start. You can control everything you want, including RPMs of the motor and all the other parameters, even something in a form of a launch control. A while ago I picked up Hyper Go-Go go-kart chassis, or actually just the front of it, because the back of it is actually designed for a hoverboard. So it's one of those where you put the hoverboard in the back and you pretty much create a go-kart out of it. So what we have over here is this. This is the Hyper Go-Go go-kart chassis. From this point forward, untouched, original. I haven't really done anything to it, except I will have to eliminate this gas pedal. It comes with disc brakes. They are not the greatest. I believe they need to be adjusted, but they do somehow work. Not the easiest way to make them work, but they do work. I tried it. There's some other things that I've already prepared, which I gotta show you guys as well. But let's first present you the KART made it to the drift track chassis. We do have the live axle from the go-kart already with a 45 tooth sprocket and also a new disc brake, because right now we're not going to run stupid brakes, we have to run hydraulics, and we're actually going to use similar setup that's actually on the Dodge. So we will have a hydro for the rear axle to actually initiate the drift if we really have to, but I'm thinking with the power we're going to get out of this, it's just going to be step on it and go. What we've got over here is this really shiny plate that I cleaned up and those two brackets. Yeah, what are those two brackets for? Let me present you the heart and soul, actually more of the heart of this particular go-kart. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a QS 138 70H V3 motor. We are going to run 80 volts and about 14 amp hours at this stage, because those are the only batteries I have available. And eventually, if this project turns into something good and has a lot of potential, I will invest in a actual professional battery to make this thing absolutely insane. We've got a bracket. This bracket, obviously it's custom. I cut off brackets from the other seat, and obviously I cut off the other portions over here. So this will sit over here, other one will sit somewhere over here, and we will have an actual seat that will be on shock absorbers, just like this one that was there originally. And this will be the housing area for the Fardriver. I believe this is the best spot for it. It's safe, secure, it will not get banged, hit, or anything. My idea is to maybe set the batteries here, but due to the weight distribution that we have everything like in this section, we might actually put the batteries right here. Because as we can see over here, this thing loosens up and the chassis will slide forward and backwards. Now, if we slide it way too far forward, it's going to flex. With the amount of weight that we're going to have over here, I really don't want anything to flex, because that would be pretty dangerous. Yeah, they will fit. And we will have one more here and one more here, 8 batteries. We can even stack them a little bit closer, just in case that is very, very absolutely necessary. But I also want as much weight distribution to the front as possible. So 8 batteries will sit here. Obviously they'll be flipped upside down, clipped in from each side on a special adapters that I do have, and all the wiring is going to sit on the inside. From the inside it will go most likely underneath the chassis right into the controller, which will sit right here, and then engine obviously will sit where it sits, and the wiring is going to be routed right over here. Brakes mounted, lines are ready. The brake is a little bit of an overkill, but it's sturdy, it doesn't touch the axle. It's just the way I thought it would be the best. And then we have this mounting plate for the hydro, which has been positioned right next to the seat, so it's easily accessible, and as well as you can easily come off and grab the steering wheel in case you need to. Alrighty, I think it's the most important moment right now. Double checking everything's connected. So we got 1, 2, 3. Actually, this is the first 4. This is the second 4 for a total of 8. Obviously, 2 banks. We got the main power wire running to the controller. This is the ignition for now. That's gonna get connected with the ignition wire right here, like that. We got the ground connected right here. Everything's nicely tight. Everything is connected. It's the moment of truth, in a way. Well, I'm kind of lying and cheating right now. I had to run self-learn without the chain in order for this thing to work. There's a self-learn option in the menu for Fardriver, but with this throttle and the cables all weird connected, we've got motion. The sprocket needs to be adjusted because it's not centered. So we're having a lot of vibration, as we can see. It shakes everything, but I think this is sort of test drive worthy. Except it's raining really bad right now, so I had to center the sprocket, because the sprocket is actually there's no way to center it perfectly, but I managed to get as close as I could. So there we go. Let's run it. Mostly what we see shaking is the plastic. But let's give it some. Officially, as of now, is ready for a test drive tomorrow. Hell yeah. Hey, it's the day of the test drive. It's not the warmest day, but it's warmer than it was yesterday. So the go-kart or drift kart looks pretty mean, I would say. So we're going to have the professional give it a shot over here close by. Go ahead, try it. So the sensitivity on the gas pedal is absolutely horrible. Some more. Crazy. Okay, there we go. Third gear. And full power. Alright, to sum up the first drive. Steering is very unpredictable right now. I don't think we have enough angle, first of all. Next thing, on this pavement over here that I have, those are extremely slick. It's kind of hard to catch any grip, honestly. And one final thing that I found out today also is that my gearing is absolutely horrible. We will have to step it up a little bit because the engine has torque. It's got the torque and everything needed to get up and go, and even with just slight throttle it already turns pretty damn good, but we do not have much of top end. I was able to, myself and I achieved 27 miles an hour. I gotta look through the footage again and see if it was the final number, but 27 miles an hour. Camille's Dodge goes 30, over 30 right now actually, and the current gearing that he has. So it makes absolutely no sense but for me to step it up. At least I can keep up with him in a way. And also I believe that when I did my top speed run, it was on 7 batteries, not 8. Because after I plugged that one that I took a turn and the battery fell out. After I plugged that one in and pushed it in, it felt way faster. It felt like more powerful. So I think we were down 1 battery. At least that's what I think. There you go. Right there, this is where it stops. We do have a little bit more room that if I cut this out, maybe it will be just enough room for the steering wheels to just turn slightly more. So the plan is to do that. Currently, we are, according to this, at full lock. If we go straight with the measurements and everything else, we are looking at 39 degrees exactly. So if I can get a few degrees more, would be fantastic. So let's give it a shot and see if that works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I still want to probably cut this out and extend it further because I just don't feel this being stable enough, especially when we're going way faster than this thing was ever designed to go. And now I looked over the sort of like the logs on the Fardriver and the settings, and it looks like we were way limited to I think 75% of the speed, and the motor was limited to only 6,500 RPMs, where I know for a fact I had more on when I was testing it, so I don't know what happened. But I've grinded out the stop, or the bracket that was actually stopping the against this portion of the knuckle, I would say, because that's pretty much that whole knuckle. And same on that side right over there. We are looking at 49 to 50 degrees now. That's a hell of an improvement. And actually looks more aggressive. Absolutely looks way more aggressive right now. Oh, you can see this. Wow. I did one other thing, and actually Camille has helped me with this one, which I'm very, very proud of him for actually even trying or wanting to. Ladies and gentlemen, we put a big ass wing on it.
yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice.